Hello and welcome to this new video. This time it's on going behind the scenes of my process that has helped women with endometriosis decrease or even completely eradicate pain and symptoms and increase their emotional well-being. So my name is Dr. Jennifer Schlueter. I am not a medical doctor, so if you're looking for Western medicine, medical advice, all of that stuff, not me. I'm not your girl. But if you're looking for alternative ways of healing, or if you're just curious about healing naturally, then hi, I'm for you. And you can stay and we can go through the process of how I've been helping these women. So last year, when I was doing my PhD thesis and writing it and doing some research and actually administering a case study, I was helping 5 women finding the root cause of their endometriosis and seeing what that does for them. And with that, I have found that the #1 root cause of endometriosis seems to be ancestral trauma. Some has been sexual abuse trauma, some has been childhood trauma, and also one of them has talked about being an artist, and as the womb being the center of creation, her artistry, she felt really disconnected from it, and after our sessions she felt connected again. However, anyway, today we are looking into the specific case of my client Emily. Emily, I can't even believe her results. Her results are incredible. So Emily went from a 9 on the pain scale from endometriosis. In her first cycle, she went down to a 7, and then in her second cycle after our sessions, she went down to a 2, at most a 3, she says. She went from using a heating pad and basically being bound to a heating pad on day 1 and 2 of her cycle to not using a heating pad at all anymore. And she also went from taking pills every 4 hours, ibuprofen or other stuff, to no more pills at all. Actually, well, she just took 1, but just for being cautious, because she was like, I just want to sleep, I don't want any pain or whatever. But she didn't take it because she felt like there was going to be pain, just to be cautious, because she was so used to pain that she just took it. But other than that, no more pills. And of course, all of that has made her feel emotionally so much better. And this is something that she said that I want to read to you. It really made me think about how there are so many women out there who have period pain like I did. And for them to think that level of period pain is normal, like I did, because that's all you've ever known since you hit puberty. It's wild to think that having a period doesn't have to equal guzzling handsful of painkillers or sitting under a heating pad all day. Really grateful I got to work with you to get to this point. So, what did we do? We are now going to look into our first hypnosis session. So the very first hypnosis session I did with Emily was about 2 months ago. A little over 2 months ago, or yeah, right around 2 months ago. And we went into the root cause of her endometriosis. What I'm going to cut out is the whole induction process. So the whole induction process in hypnosis means that I'm going to relax your body, your mind, and I'm going to get you down to a garden where you will feel comfortable and safe to be in the right state of mind to be speaking to me while you're in hypnosis. So how hypnosis works is basically it's therapy, but in a relaxed state of mind. And because we are doing this in a relaxed state of mind, this type of therapy can be way faster, way more effective than talk therapy. Because right now, as we're talking, we're both analyzing, criticizing, judging, and so on and so forth with our conscious mind. But if we turn that off in relaxation, if we turn that off completely, then this is where the magic happens, as it did with Emily. So let's get into her very first session with me. I'm just going to play the middle part where we were speaking to each other, where I was asking her questions, and where she is talking about how also with her, endometriosis came from her ancestors. At the end of this extract, you will also hear that we are going to visit her womb and what her womb had to say, because she had some really interesting imagery. When I count from 3 to 0, you will have made a choice and you will know exactly which path to go down, which path will lead you to the very root cause of your endometriosis. 3, the lion is starting to walk towards a path. 2, he is now stopping and you know exactly which path you're taking. 1, You and the lion are now in front of the path that you need to take. And 0, you can let me know which path that is.
It's the middle path.
Wonderful. In a moment, we'll be going down the middle path. And then you may see ancestors who you know. You may see ancestors who you don't know. You may see faces, you may see bodies, however they want to present themselves for you. And before we walk down to the path, I want to call on your ancestors now to assist us in your healing today. And as I said before, in the intention, only love and light are allowed to come through. Everything else will remain outside. So now, Emily, let's go down this path with your ancestors. Have the lion walk in front of you, protect you if you need to, and notice faces and bodies of your ancestors to your left and to your right. And eventually, when I count from 3 to 0, at 0, at 0, the ancestor who will have the emotional root cause of your endometriosis, who will have the key to that, will show up and present himself or herself in front of you. 3, the ancestor who has the key to your root cause of your endometriosis is slowly showing up, coming towards you. 2, they are coming closer and closer. 1, you can see them clearer and clearer. You can focus on them. And 0, you can tell me who they are if you know, or you can tell me their name if you don't know when you ask them.
I see an older woman, and the name I'm getting is Agnes, but I don't know an Agnes.
Mhm. That is fine. We trust whatever we hear and see and feel in this moment. And we will find out who Agnes is in a moment. Agnes, thank you so much for showing up. And Emily, would you be comfortable to create a connection through a golden thread with Agnes from
Yes.
the heart? Okay, wonderful. So now I want you to imagine that there is a golden thread from your heart going to Agnes's heart. And that golden thread simply symbolizes a connection which will help you communicate with Agnes and which will help Agnes to communicate with you through you. So the golden thread is becoming bigger and it's becoming very strong and sturdy so you can easily communicate with Agnes. And in a moment, I will be asking Agnes a few questions and Agnes will respond through you. So Agnes, what is it that you want to tell us today about the root cause of Emily's endometriosis?
Pain in the heart.
In whose heart, Agnes?
Emily's heart.
Emily's heart. And Agnes, can you give us a little bit more detail? Like what's going on?
There's a loss of connection of the self.
Okay, thank you. What do you mean by that?
Self-love.
hmm And Agnes, can you tell us why that is or how that happened, when that happened?
Ancestors in her lineage losing themselves.
Okay, Agnes, to be clear, it is not Emily's loss of connection to herself. It is the ancestors. Is that correct?
Both.
Both. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for clarifying that. So, Agnes, why is it that you came forward as the strongest and as the first person? What is it that you, out of everyone, have to tell us and to let us know? Yeah, why did you come forward? What is the connection to you?
I am the ancestor first birthed with this pain.
Ah, I love that. Okay. Okay. And so in which like are you from Emily's father's or from her mother's side?
The mother's side.
hmm How come you were birthed with the loss of connection to the self and with not enough self-love? How come you were birthed with that? Tell us your story.
I was born in a time when Loving yourself was difficult. Many expectations were placed upon me, and I did not feel I fit in with society. The expectations placed upon me were painful for my sense of self, which caused damage to my being.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And what were the expectations, or how did you not fit into society? Who were you?
I was a mother, and I did not wish to be a mother, but that was one of the only things you could be at that time. I could not pursue education or what I wished to be. So I was at home raising children, and it was not what I wished for myself, for my future.
Hmm. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Agnes, for sharing that. And how can we help Emily today to take that away from her, what she has been carrying for all the ancestors? How can we help her to do that? How can you help us to do that today?
I will help piece together those fragments of self that were divided in the ancestral line. We can assist in bringing this sense of wholeness for who she is and who we are back together so that she can feel confident in her choice to choose what she wants for her own life.
When I count from 3 to 0, this pair of eyes can go into your womb and we'll be able to see what is going on there. 3, this pair of eyes, you can imagine it now outside of your body, is moving closer and closer to your body now. And at 2, this pair of eyes is moving into your body, moving closer and closer to your womb. And 1, this pair of eyes has reached your womb and is welcomed into your womb. And 0, this pair of eyes is inside of your womb right now. And you can tell me, what is it that you're seeing in there? What is this pair of eyes seeing inside of your womb?
It's seeing, I guess, a river, a body of water, probably a river, and cliffs on either side, or mountains, rocks. It's a nice day. Yes, that's mostly it, just the river, rocks in the sky.
Okay. And if your womb had a personification, like a womb guide or a womb goddess or a womb, whatever it is that you want to call it, that could appear and that could speak to us about the things that are going on inside it, how would this figure appear and what would you call this figure?
I'm getting like a small water dragon.
Hmm. Okay, I love it. Okay, and if you imagine that the small water dragon could speak, what would it say to you about what is going on in you?
There's a loss of self in pleasing others, and the endometriosis is manifesting as this loss, like each piece is a lost part.
What is each piece? What do you mean by that? What is each piece that the small water dragon says? What are the pieces? Who are the pieces?
The physical pieces inside, how the endometriosis is manifesting the actual physical pieces inside the womb, the reproductive area. They represent the missing pieces.
Ah, I see. So it's literally as if the pieces that are inside the womb, they are the lost parts. And if Emily finds these parts again, she can piece them back together, but in a different place in her body.
That's correct. Yes, they're like a puzzle piece that the pieces need to be put back together to form a new picture.
Okay, I love it. So how can Emily do that?
She will need to bring confidence into what she does. This confidence she has been missing, and it is needed for her to take steps in her life that will help her take the path she wishes to choose.
So now that you have listened to all of that, what do you think? What do you feel? What does this stir up in you? Like, tell me in the comments. Was this the first time you ever heard about hypnotherapy or hypnosis session or ancestral trauma? Like, really let me know what you think in the comments and let me know what this stirred up inside of you. Also, as of November 2025, I want to take this process and make it into a peer-reviewed scientific study. For this, I will need a gynecologist. So if that's you and if you want to do this with me, let me know. I would love to do this. And then also I'm looking for funding for this study so I can help more women with endometriosis feel better, feel connected to their bodies, and hopefully become pain-free, eventually symptom-free, and perhaps even potentially fully heal, because this is what this process is designed to do. Also, this is a process I have not been able to find research on. There is research on how trauma affects our bodies and how sometimes it causes diseases, how it causes our immune system to act differently or worse than when we don't have trauma. And there is research on how hypnosis can decrease pain, but there is no research that I found so far, and maybe I'm wrong, so point me in the right direction, but there's no research that I found so far that what happens when we release trauma that has been stuck in our body to pain and symptoms and everything that has to do with diseases and the conditions that we have. So this is why it is so important to me to make this mainstream, to get this out there, and for you to help me point me in the right direction. If you do this, I am forever grateful. If there's anything else you want to know about my process or anything, let me know. And for now, you're also welcome to check out my hypnosis that can help support your body's healing, or my guided meditation to help you connect with your womb, to see what your womb needs and what you need to let go of. This is also part of my process when you decide to work with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are at, and I'll see you in the next video.